Hello, Wordlers, and welcome to episode 3 of Wine, Wordle, and Whatever, the podcast where we crack open a bottle of wine, discuss a week's worth of Wordles, and ponder about whatever else might come into our minds. I am your host, Caden, and else do I got here?
This is William.
Welcome, William.
Hi.
Episode 3. This is going to be an interesting one. We've got a lot on the table. I think our wine will prove very confusing to us this week. Do you know why, Will?
Why is that?
Because it is a conundrum.
Oh.
It's a conundrum, so it will be confusing.
Eh, Oh, that was good. That was a
Yep,
good setup.
yep, that was a good setup. I set it myself and I spiked it myself. I would be kicked out of the volleyball tournament.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, there was something I was going to say right off the top, and I totally forgot what it was. So we're starting off with a bang. Oh, no, now I remember. So, 3 episodes in, and we've already changed our recording. We no longer record on Wednesdays, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I've gone to prison one too many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too consistent. That's just what it is. But Will,
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was just gonna tell him. So Thursdays, is that what we're looking at, Coach?
I think Thursdays will be pretty consistent. I think Thursday is the general plan and the general vibe.
Okay.
So it doesn't start with a W, but there's only one day a week that we could have done it.
With Thursday.
Welcome to with Thursday.
I like that.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the conundrum wine we've got?
Wait, are we doing clarifications first?
We did wine first last week. I
Oh,
thought. Wait,
yeah,
no,
you're
wait.
absolutely right. No, you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
Wait. Okay, yeah.
I don't remember because on our little on our cheat sheet, it has corrections at the top. But I think we start off with a wine every time.
Yeah, we did. I remember now. I actually listened back at our podcast. Do you listen to our podcast?
I did, and I do. I listen definitely once, sometimes twice.
Ooh, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, not because I'm arrogant or anything like that, and I love the sound of my own voice, but it's just nice to know which areas in which we can improve.
Yeah. Yeah, because now I remember like last week we had the conversation, like what do we want to do? And then I said wine first so we can sip on it while we're talking about clarifications.
Yeah, that sounds
So
about
here
right.
we
It's it's funny actually. What I noticed the other day was I was right after we signed off for the stopped our recording. I was
Mhm.
listening back a little bit just as I was prepping to upload to Spotify and to YouTube, and I was listening back, making sure everything sounded okay. And in the recording, you asked me a question, and I caught myself responding to it. Like you said, "Oh, and Caden," and I was
Oh,
like, "Oh yeah," and I
that's
responded
great.
in the to the recording, and I'm like, "Oh, this is confusing."
Okay, I have a question though, because I'm running into this thing where, oh no, my boss is. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, my boss is calling, but like we're recording,
yeah, we
so.
got bigger fish to fry right now.
But anyways, I'm running into this thing where I'm listening to the podcast and like I will respond in my head exactly as I responded when we recorded.
That's just consistency right there.
Yeah, it's really weird because I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, that's what I said in my head. Yeah, so that, yep.
Well, that just shows that our listeners are getting the raw, unfiltered us. We're not putting on a show for the podcast. We're exactly this dumb in real life.
Yep. It's a conundrum.
It is a conundrum. Speaking of, how about this wine?
Oh man, Caden. So, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this was my pick for the week.
Yes. Yes. So you know how like normally I'm not prepared?
Mm-hmm.
You know how this is a thing? This is a problem?
Yeah. It's our favorite
And
tradition
like
over 2 episodes.
yeah, I know it's long running tradition. But this time I actually did a little research ahead of time.
Oh my gosh. They grow up so fast.
So thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I went ahead and like looked on the websites and like saw the reviews and saw the prices and all that
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to see what the notes were. I
Yeah,
have the bottle next to me,
which is
but
also new.
and it doesn't really have any notes on it. But okay, so yes, we are drinking a 2021 Conundrum California Red Blend. It is from a winery in California. It's well known for mixing blends together, such as I don't know how to say wine names.
The different types of wine that they got in there.
Yeah. So there's like
You're looking at the tasting notes, right?
no, I'm looking at because it's a blend, right?
Yeah.
It's a red blend. So there's like Cabernet,
Yeah, Cabernet
so
Sauvignon, I guess.
uh, and then Merlot. Is that
Wait,
what you
where?
say? Merlot.
Merlot, yeah.
Merlot, and then what's that one? Syrah?
Yeah, Petite Syrah. Where are you getting
Okay.
Merlot from, though?
I don't know. This side I'm looking at says Merlot.
Okay, hold on. Because I'm looking
Okay.
for Merlot and I don't see it anywhere.
Oh,
But
well,
oh well.
this is on buywines.com or
Oh,
buy
see,
wines online.
I'm on conundrumwines.com.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you
So
fancy going to the source?
yeah, I'm going to the source, and they say Zinfandel, Petite Syrah, and Cabernet Sauvignon.
So they might. I did notice there's like a 2019 one and a 2021.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
This
I don't know.
is this is for the 2021.
Oh, okay. So is that the one you got?
Yeah, yeah, I got the 2021. That's what they
Okay.
had at
Yeah.
Costco.
So, anyways, I could just ramble on and on and on about my expertise, but I'll let you you talk about the flavor profiles here.
Okay, so normally on the bottle there's a little bit of info about what to expect about the wine or what the winery thinks you should expect. However, this particular wine does not have really any such notes on the bottle, and I think it's because they had so much to say about it that they just couldn't fit it on the bottle. So they hoped you would go to the website. So here's one of the many things the website has to say about this particular wine. It says, "We believe in being both serious and playful, and this wine fits the bill. A rich, dark red, it offers aromas of ripe berries and plums, warmed by a hint of cocoa. Dried fruit and the taste of chocolate-covered cherries come through on the palate, while a wisp of smokiness makes this wine, created from dark red varietals including Petite Syrah, Zinfandel, and Cabernet Sauvignon, the perfect complement to grilled meats and full-flavored dishes. Tannins are rounded out by the ripeness of the berries for a texturous but smooth mouthfeel. The finish makes us think of lingering at the end of a long evening and still not wanting to go home, with layers of rich flavor that teasingly trail off." So I have a few
Mm.
critiques about that. The last few sentences made me just a little uncomfortable. And right in the middle, well, it's describing those tasting notes, starting with the dried fruit, and then it takes a brief aside into the varietals. Man, that's a run-on sentence. That sentence is hard to read.
Okay. I did find the paragraph that says the things.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But yes. Yeah, the site I saw anyways says baking chocolate in there. Did you mention that?
It does mention chocolate, a hint of cocoa, and the taste of chocolate-covered cherries. So,
Okay.
so that's what
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
getting us there. But that's just the summary. There's actually you can further get a PDF of the tasting notes.
Oh, I saw that. That
Yeah,
was a big one, isn't it?
yeah.
Like,
It's not huge. It's a one-page PDF. But the
yeah,
fact
but
that not only do they have a paragraph of what to expect, they have a full PDF of notes for you to ponder while you sip is just a little bit next level.
I do enjoy that. That's cool.
You're a fan of the
What-
PDFs, huh?
I'm a fan of a good thorough. definition into what I'm drinking.
Okay. You like to be told what you're experiencing on the palate.
Yeah, I want to know everything. Give me everything, you
Yeah.
know?
So this is a weird one. There's one statement in the tasting notes that says this wine features a defining texture produced from a chalky tannin character that is both round and grippy. That's I don't tend to think of liquids as grippy. That's
You know what? I got that when I sipped it.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is really round.
Man, it's like
But
it's both round and grippy. It's like drinking a sphere of sandpaper,
yeah, exactly.
you know.
I was thinking a sphere of rubber, but it's like,
Different kind of grippy.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Anyways,
Another note
yeah,
on the tasting notes: be daring and drink slightly chilled to enhance the flavor profile.
I saw that.
I'm
And
not
I
I'm
was
not going to
like,
do that.
I was wondering, like, okay, slightly chill. Like, what are we talking, right? Like,
I mean, I would imagine
oh,
like well, let's say room temperature is like 70 degrees ish. I would say
mhm.
probably drink it at like 50 to 60 maybe.
Oh, and that's Fahrenheit for
Yeah,
you Canadian
Fahrenheit.
listener.
Yeah, freedom height temperatures only here. Nothing
Yep.
to say to freedom height.
Um,
Okay.
nope, not gonna touch
Not
it
gonna touch
because
it, huh? So
it's inferior.
what do you think about it? What's your opinion?
Big
Don't look at the
shot.
tasting notes. Give me your own thoughts.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Let me because I haven't really drank a bunch of it. Um, I will say initial impressions were a little weird because it's a you twist the top.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
don't there's no cork,
It is a
which was
twisty
like,
boy.
ooh, this is a different experience. And the only way I knew that was because there was like arrows on the top
Mm-hmm.
pointing saying turn the thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink a little bit more of it. How about you give your opinion while I do that?
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I like this wine. It's pretty um it's good. It's good. I'm like I said in episode 1, I have the least discerning palate on the planet. My opinions usually boil down to it's good, it is not. Um it's good or it is not, I should say. But I like this one. This is one. It's a little on the pricier end. I think Costco has it at like $19, if memory serves correct. But it's pretty good. We get it now and then, just when we're wanting something a little bit fancier. And yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I think I do too. Um, I do see where they're coming from. Well, they're like like if you had it with a steak or on a summer day.
Yeah, it'd be
It
very good
is
with a steak. I think I've had it with steak
yeah,
before.
it's I think what stands out to me is it is like pretty smooth
Mm-hmm.
or it's very close to like I think it would be a really good beginner wine
I can see
because
that.
it's pretty close to just like grape juice for me.
Interesting.
It's not too like man, I wish I knew the terms, but it's not like heavy. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't dry. It's not dry.
Yeah.
It's very moist as it goes down.
Yeah. See, I would describe it as a little bit of a drier wine, but it's not so dry as to be aggressively so.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it
okay.
is. I mean, that's just me. And the tasting notes, not to brag or anything, but it's only moderately so, I would say. But it's unoffensive, is how I would describe it. To your
Yeah.
point,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
yeah, it's not going to be very polarizing. Most people will like it.
Yeah, it even says like at least this side I'm looking at, it says if you were to chill it, it would enhance its fruit profile.
Mm-hmm.
Which I could see that. And I think that might be the grape that I'm tasting in there.
Oh yeah, you'll have to be more
Oh,
specific. Which grapes are you tasting?
the wine grapes.
Ah, yes, those
Yeah,
classic.
the red ones.
Them red boys. Do you get
Yeah,
the notes of barbecue, mesquite smoke, and leather?
I don't. I don't taste any leather
Me neither.
or smoke.
Personally,
Does it say it has it?
according to the tasting notes, that's on the nose though, so that's if you sniff it.
Oh.
You know, on the nose, I do get the smoke a little bit.
I could see the smoke.
I
I'm
can see
still
it.
not getting that
I'm
leather.
not getting it. You know, I like a good leathery wine, but this ain't it, Chief. I know the smell of leather, and that's not it.
Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I go off taste.
Yeah, personally, I prefer to taste my wine rather than smell.
Exactly. But this site is interesting because it says chill you can chill it to enhance its fruit profile or serve it at room temp to allow its flavors to fully develop.
So, do you want it to be fruity or do you want the full experience?
Exactly. I guess if you go fruity, you're missing out on a couple other flavors.
Yeah, that classic leather.
Yeah, I mean, the leather goes away when you chill it.
You know, this must be a pretty good wine because I think we've spent longer on this wine than we have either of the previous two.
You see, I'm trying to educate the listeners more this go around.
Okay, be a little more thorough with your analysis.
Yeah, yeah. So I would give us. Oh, we should do ratings now.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Out of 10, or do we want to go
Yeah,
abstract with the ratings?
no, let's do out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then if you're likely to buy it again.
Okay. So, what do you think, Will?
Okay. So I would rate it. I'd say a 8.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe 7.5 to 8. I do like it's pretty it to me it tastes pretty close to grape juice. So it's a good beginner wine. It goes down easy. I could see it on a summer day. Like even though it's a red wine, um, it would fare well in the hot weather.
Fairly
Um,
light for a red.
yeah, I like the like, and it might just be those fruity notes that make it taste more grapefruity.
You just
Or
said fruit. You just said fruity newts. It's damn
let me
fruity
taste.
newts.
This has got fruity notes. So, and then what else do I like about it? I think it's just an easy wine, and I don't know if that would change like over time as you get more into the advanced stuff and you like the more dry stuff, but I like how moist it is. It doesn't leave my mouth like what is going on here? I need water. So, yeah. And I would get it again. Like I would consider like man, like maybe summer.
Yeah.
Maybe like as in winter, I want something a little more dry, a little more um wintry.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it's like if
I
you were
could
going to a dinner party and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, bring a bottle of wine," you would probably pick something like this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know it's gonna
You
be
wouldn't be
good.
nobody would be upset if you brought this.
Exactly. Yep. How about you?
I I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 as well. Uh yeah, I've had it several times before and I will buy it again. Probably several times in the future. It's pretty good. It's not as, let me think. How do I put this? It's better than most of like the cheaper wines. Like you can tell the difference between this and your usual like, $12 bottle. You can tell there's a little bit more put into it, I think, personally, and I think it goes a little bit above most of those. However, it's not so expensive as to break the bank. But I like it. It's a good like kind of mid-range pricing, and it's good bottle.
Yep. I'm looking online. People seem to agree it's pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid,
Yep.
pretty solid. So let me ask you this, William.
Hmm.
Now it's a little bit early. We're only 20 minutes in, but it's a little bit early to be talking about next week. But do you think we want to venture into perhaps whiskey or some other choice next week, depending on what we do.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because we have some plans. I would be fine trying something new.
Okay. So, we'll discuss it a bit depending on what week we want to do it, but probably within the next episode or two, we do a whiskey wordle and whatever instead of
Ooh,
a wine
yeah,
wordle and whatever.
yeah.
And
That's totally good with me.
now, full disclosure, Scotch is more expensive than wines, so we might one of us buy and we'll give the others some to take for themselves.
Yeah, I that was kind of the first thought I had, to be honest.
Yeah, and I mean I'm a regular whiskey enjoyer, so I'll buy one that I really like, and then I'll give you a little to take for yourself.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I like that more.
Yeah, and I know which one I want to give you too, so I have a good idea for that.
Ooh, okay. But next week I think we should let another person choose.
Yeah, I mean either next week or the week after. I think
Yeah.
we may bring in a guest.
Wink wink.
Yeah,
Oh,
a guest chooser of wines.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, no more spoilers than that though.
No, 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 no.
So do we want to move on to then corrections and clarifications?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we've got even more on the shampoo bar saga. So this was something that we kind of assumed, but didn't really bother to confirm. But it has been confirmed at this point by a listener that yes, they do in fact make conditioners in bar form as well. So
Oh,
you can have both a shampoo bar and a conditioner bar. I'm told as well that conditioner bars are generally more slippery, which makes sense because even in liquid form, conditioner is a lot more slippery, just because of the
mm-hmm.
different stuff that's in it. And another point this listener made about the bar form of shampoo and conditioner, a big draw of it is less waste. All you have is the recyclable cardboard packaging with a bar, and as opposed to a big plastic bottle with a liquid.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big draw for the environmentally conscious, and of course the travelers as well.
Yeah, I was thinking because you know how like if you have a bar of soap and you sit it in your like restroom, the bottom of it gets all soggy and gross.
Mm-hmm.
I would need a couple of like those soap holder things.
Yeah, the soap trays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be. Yeah, that's an accessory to invest in with a if you're gonna go with the bar route.
Yeah, that's a nice. I didn't think of that though. Yeah, it would definitely be more environment friendly.
Yeah, and it's just less material overall. Not just the fact that it's cardboard, but it's just such a small amount of material going back into the cycle.
Yeah. Do you know if it's more like if it's more likely to be more natural?
Um, the ingredients in the product to be more naturally sourced.
Yeah.
I cannot speak to the general production of these, so I don't really know for certain. I would imagine so because the audience that they cater to is most likely to be the more environmentally conscious sort of folks, um, and the sort of people who would care more about having that kind of thing. So I would bet that on the whole, bar form shampoos and conditioners are probably going to be more naturally derived ingredients.
Okay.
That would be my
Have
guess.
you ever Wow, we're going like deep. I don't know if this is going to be a 2-hour podcast, but
That would be my educated guess.
okay. I did want to ask though, have you ever tried like those advertised soaps? You seen those ads where they're like,
Oh, like the
"Oh,
Dr. Squatch
watch
and stuff.
soap." Yeah, exactly.
No, I haven't. The closest I've got is I've tried the Duke Cannon brand, although I don't see advertisements for them so much as I do like Dr. Squatch. And
Yeah.
speaking to the Duke Cannon experience, very fragrant. uh, but it's good fragrances. So like the one I bought was I bought it as sort of like a somewhat of a gift for my brother, just because I thought he would find it funny. At the time, I
Mm-hmm.
was working at Sportsman's Warehouse, and so the Duke Cannon brand really caters to very like masculine energy kind of thing.
Mm.
And so they sell these things that they say on the box, big ass brick of soap, and it is just that. It is a big ass brick of soap. It's a bar soap that's about I'd say maybe 1.5 to 2 times as big as a normal bar of soap. So it's like it's heckin' big. And the one we bought was like a tree like pine forest kind of scent, and it was really good. I mean, it smelled like you were out chopping firewood,
Mm-hmm.
which is a smell I enjoy, and one that I would theoretically like to be identified with. But in any case,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it was interesting. It was good. I've never tried Doctor Squatch though. How about you?
No.
Yeah,
It's one of those. I looked it up and people are like, yeah, it's good. But like, oh, it's cost.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then I would have to buy a soap holder.
yeah. And
So,
that's just like, and if with your bars of shampoo and conditioner, that's 3 soap holders. That's a lot of investment.
yeah, that's a lot of soap.
Whereas, if you're buying things in bottles, you're buying both your soap and your soap holder all in one. So it's really a better
Mm.
deal.
Okay, cool. You
Man,
have
I
on
went
here.
on a tangent with the Duke
Yeah,
Cannon
yeah, yeah.
soaps.
I like it. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to try Dr. Squatch and inform the listeners.
Maybe that's an idea. It's like last week with the Fabletics.
Yeah, yeah. Which we might hear
Yeah,
a
we'll get
little
to
bit
that when we
about
get to that.
later.
So,
Okay.
are you aware, Will, of the purpose of shampoo versus the purpose of conditioner?
Okay. Can I guess?
Absolutely, you can guess. So this was
Okay,
from a
because
conversation with the same listener.
okay, so you probably so you know the answer,
I
right?
do know the answer.
Okay. So I'm gonna say the purpose of shampoo is to remove oils and to cleanse, like get down to the root, really remove anything that's in there. And conditioner is it moisturizes the hair and applies oils that, as they advertise, strengthen the strands of hair or like create a barrier and maybe like loosen up those hair fibers.
That's the technical term.
So yep, that's my guess.
So you were actually very close.
Okay.
The way this listener described it is shampoo is for your scalp and conditioner is for your hair. So
Oh.
shampoo is sort of to cleanse, the dirt and the grime out of your scalp, but conditioner nourishes the hair, that nourishes and like kind of strengthens the hair that is already there. Because fun fact, I'm sure you probably know this. The hair that grows out of your head is dead. It's dead cells. The only part that's alive is at the root.
Oh, I did not know
You did not
this.
know that? That's why haircuts don't hurt.
Mm-mm.
Your hair is not alive. It's just like your fingernails.
Oh,
So that's why haircuts don't hurt, because it's just dead
that's
cells.
weird to think. I don't know how to feel about that.
Well,
It
existential
makes
crises
sense.
aside, shampoo cleanses the dirt and the grime from your scalp, and conditioner nourishes the dead cells that are your hair.
Hmm.
Well, I
Okay.
shouldn't say nourishes, because there's nothing, they're dead, so it's not much nourishing. But it makes better texture and kind of conditions that.
Yeah. So, okay. Is conditioner optional?
Um, that is a good question. I think technically, but if you're serious about it, probably not really optional.
Mm-hmm. And then
It's like,
I
so
wonder.
I'll be honest, like full disclosure,
Yeah.
I don't use conditioner. I just use straight shampoo, and it's fine. I use a pretty gentle shampoo, but it doesn't really cause any issues for me.
Is yours a two in one?
No, it's not actually.
Oh, okay.
For a long time I did use 2-in-1, But so my brother uses um, shampoo and conditioner, and
Mm-hmm.
we still live at home, so we share a bathroom, and
Mm-hmm.
so I just use the same stuff he does. I just don't bother with a conditioner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I actually, just to give a little bit of context, I've been trying to have you heard of style theory?
No, I haven't.
It's the same guy that makes game theory,
Oh,
but he
okay.
has another channel. And man, I wish I would have finished it. I started an episode about like if hair healthcare or like skincare stuff is a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it actually do what it says it's gonna do? And man, if I had watched the whole thing, I would have more to say. But anyways, maybe
Something
we'll
for
touch
next
on
week.
that next week. Yep, yep.
Yeah, so that sounds interesting. So, do we want to go into that third clarification? We're at about the 30-minute mark already, or do we want to hop into our wordles for the week?
I think we got it. We got to touch it.
Okay.
I think we
So,
have to address it.
all right. Um, well, it's more direct. It's more about you, so you can feel free to touch on it if you want. But I have the comment open if you don't.
I don't.
Okay. So this was from another listener regarding the February 20th Wordle. So the answer for that was match, and Will's starting word is notch, Notch. So when he played notch, he got the TCH. But this listener says that, Will, you had 16 words left after getting the TCH. So
Hmm.
you had a lot of options. So the burner word was not a bad choice. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember what burner word you did, but the burner word was not a bad choice.
Um, yeah, I can't remember either, but I remember it eliminated at least like two or three options
Yeah.
that came to my mind.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I do wonder if the 16 includes any that would have been eliminated by your, let me think, your first guess, the having the N and the O gone. But I
Um,
think it does take that into account because N probably isn't in very many of those options.
yeah, it does. The one that left the comment, he uses a website where you type in the solution and then you type in like a guess, and then it shows a list of possible left.
Got it. Okay.
So, and then you can even like type in your second guess and it tells you, oh, it's narrowed down to like five now.
Gotcha. Wordlebot that you
Uh,
don't have to pay for.
basically. Yep.
Got it. So that's good to know. So your burner
I
word was not ill advised.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what the name of the website is. Maybe I can find that out.
Yeah, something for next week.
Yep.
So that's a good segue into the wordles for this week. Do we want to get fancy with it and do a preview of our totals and our average before we start?
Ooh. Or do we like have it be a mystery, you know?
Up
Like
to you, man.
I say let's just go through them.
Okay.
Leave listeners on edge. Who did better this week?
Ooh,
Kaden or
okay.
Will?
All right.
Like who did? Except it'll probably be pretty obvious pretty quick.
So did you end up with a perfect score this week?
No.
Well, it's been a while,
You?
but I got a perfect score.
Let's
I
go.
did get a perfect score, unfortunately. So do you want to start us off with February 22nd, last Thursday?
Okay. Yeah. So the solution to that one was heavy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, solution was heavy. I did notch. A good starting word, if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm. However, it,
Care.
it cleared out none of those letters.
It gave me the H.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
Yeah. And then I did share, which gives me a now I have three letters. Mealy,
Okay.
meal with a Y at the end.
Yep.
And then I should have gotten it by now.
Probably.
But I put heady,
Ooh, unlucky.
head with a Y.
Did you already eliminate the D or no?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm like, oh, that's the D's the only problem child here. It's heavy.
That is a somewhat common word. So, I don't fault you for overthinking that.
Okay, thanks. How'd you do?
So I started with raise, and then I went to cheap. So I had this HEA. Then I did death, which has the E in the A, but the H in the wrong spot again. And then I did heavy. So I got it in four.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah. So for Friday the 23rd, I got this one in three.
4.
Four, unfortunate. So I started with raise, then I went to track, which meant I had the T, the R, and one of the A's, and then my third guess was the answer, which was apart.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nicely done. I did notch and then trail, dark, which I think that's decent.
Say that
And
again. Which
then
which was it?
stark,
Stark. Okay, gotcha. I
like a
heard I
stark
heard
contrast.
like Tony Stark. I heard dark, and I was confused
Oh,
because that's only four
yeah,
letters.
I did dark. So, but anyways, that gave me ART, and so I was able to piece together apart.
Nice, nicely done.
Yep. Hmm.
Okay, so Saturday the 24th, this was my perfect score, which you can understand, I'm sure.
Hey, oh, let's go. Yeah, I do though.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you didn't get the perfect score, so you go first since you'll be shorter.
Yeah, so the answer was Piper, which is a that is a hard
Oh
word.
yeah, the double letter.
Okay, like double letter, like I don't even, at least for me, like I barely even recognize that as a word.
Oh, you've never heard of the Pied Piper?
I've heard of like Piper, but like I would have thought that was someone's name.
Yeah, but you've never heard of Peter Piper?
I've heard
That
of
guy who
Peter
picked a peck of
Piper.
pickled peppers.
Oh gosh. But I always assumed that was his name.
I mean, I think in the rhyme, Piper is his last name, unless Piper is his profession, and he's
Okay.
and just picking pickled peppers is a hobby.
But anyways, either way, man. I got in 5. I did not plead
Okay,
purse. Perse.
interesting. I've
Pier-
never heard that one.
Purse? Pierce?
Purse, I would say.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, per se. Well, hold on.
And then my next one was brief. It's like brief, but with a P. Because I got that P, I figured out like word 2.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay. There's not a whole lot left. It's got to be Piper.
Okay, so I've got a couple of definitions I had to look up for yours. So purse is an adjective. It means of a dark grayish blue resembling indigo. So it's kind of like a grayish blue color,
Okay.
specifically
That's
a
like
dark one.
what millennial would color his room.
Yeah, or like an accent wall.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like an accent wall kind of color.
It depends
Yeah.
how gray we're talking. Is it more
Yeah.
blue or more gray? If it's
Although
more
dark is
gray,
not generally what I would think. I would say millennials
Mhm.
do a little bit more of the sad beige, so a little bit lighter color is
I've heard
just
the
bland.
term millennial gray.
I've heard it
Like,
too, but I don't know what it is.
yeah. I think it's just that millennials like to paint their stuff like different shades of gray.
Okay, so millennial gray is kind of a very medium gray.
Yeah, it's just like pretty neutral.
Yeah, it's about as neutral as it gets.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Okay.
And then preef is the other word I had to look at. So apparently it's an obsolete form of proof.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used brief all the time
Oh,
instead of proof.
yeah.
So
You
that
were
makes
you were
sense.
behind your time. You weren't ahead, you were
Yeah,
behind.
once I was like 3, I started using proof more.
Ah, gotcha.
How did you do on that day?
I did horrible. I had a perfect score that day. So I started with raise, which gave me the R, I, and E. So then I did dryer, Drier, which gave me the E and the R. And
Yeah.
this was a small brain guess because I used the I in the middle again, twice in a row, which was
Oh,
really stupid of me. So I did this, let me think. It wasn't particularly early, I was just stupid. So then next I did liver, Liver. So I moved the I to the right place. Then I did timer, which had the same issue as liver. The first and third letters aren't right. Then I did wiper, like windshield wiper. And then I did
wait,
piper.
did that go through?
Yeah, wiper.
Huh.
Why? Have you tried that before and it didn't?
No, I know someone that told me wiper doesn't work in Wordle.
They were wrong.
And they're gonna listen to this podcast, so
Well, dear listener,
I guess
you were
they're
wrong.
gonna know. They're gonna know pretty soon here.
Nobody's gonna know. How would they know?
Because when they told me that, I was like, wipers should work. Like that is a word.
Yeah, and it's not a proper noun.
Yeah, but they were like, yeah, I was surprised too. And well, okay, it does work.
Hmm,
So,
interesting.
anyways, yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, in any case, Sunday, the 25th. I got this one in three.
Oh, I do want to mention, um, that was just a really rough day for everyone.
Yeah, no, there was a couple perfect scores that day, I think.
I think there were like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like it was bad.
It's
Um,
a lot of times words like that will do that to us.
yeah, if it ends in ER, it's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Um, okay.
I've
Uh,
noticed a second letter of I ending in ER has a tendency to do that a lot too. Cuz I mean
mhm.
just look at how many I had, I had liver, wiper, all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so the next day I got it in 5.
Oof, I got it in 3. So I did
Mm,
the answer was Smith, so I did raise, so I had the I in the right place and the
mm-hmm.
S, and then I did shiny, which gave me the H and put the S and I in the right place, and then I had Smith.
Okay, cool.
How bad was it,
Um,
Will?
um, um,
That bodes well.
we typed words.
There were certainly words. Do I need to get my
there,
definitions
there
ready?
was no. You know all of them.
Okay.
This one I actually forgot to screenshot, but I remembered. Oh, these were my guesses, and I actually was able to throw it in Notepad quick enough
Oh, okay.
the next day.
Do we see a reappearance of Tronk?
No, no. So the word was Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through my guesses. Let me make sure I understand one of my guesses right. Yeah. Okay. Um, and you know how I just like type words and hit enter and see what happens?
Oh, yes.
Because like I just want to know like what letters are in the word. Okay. So guess one was notch.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Good.
Classic.
And then I did snail, which got
Okay.
me that S. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. And then spunk.
Okay.
Spunk's a good one, you
Not
know?
bad. Although in that moment, maybe not the best. A little bit of a
No,
burner
I
word, but
yeah, I just like the word. Like he's got spunk, kid.
yeah.
And then I guess semen. And then I did Smith. And then because yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was my guesses.
Okay. Okay. What was your fourth guess? You got it in five, you said?
Yeah.
And what was your fourth
Um,
guess?
it gave me the M I needed for Smith.
Will, what was the fourth guess?
Because I was wondering if there's any E's in the word.
He guessed the word.
Um, yeah, in hindsight, Wordle probably wouldn't put that as a word.
The thing is, you just breezed over that so quick that I barely caught it. And I was like, "Wait, did you miss a guess?" And I'm like, "Wait, hold on. He did say that."
So yeah.
Oh man, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, no, you probably see why I remembered and was able to throw it in a notepad.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I mean, how could you possibly forget?
Yeah.
See, the
Okay.
worst thing is like that's a highlight for the podcast, but we can't put that in the episode title for
Getting
obvious
monetized.
reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think we're ready for the next
Yeah,
day.
let's just move on. Let's move on from there. Hold on, let me get my screen grab open. So this was on Monday, the 26th. I got it in three. The word was often. Raise, fleck, often.
Oh, what was that? Fleck?
Fleck, Fleck.
What's that?
It's like a small fragment of something,
Oh.
usually something metallic, or well, not necessarily. I was thinking of something else. It could be a very small patch of color or light, or a mark or dot with small patches of color or particles of something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's also
Okay.
it's also something of a MacGuffin in the Legend of the Guardians Owls of Ga'Hoole series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a deep
Okay.
cut.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll have to have a whole episode on that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So I did notch. Yeah, that gave me the N, the O, the T. Like we're sitting pretty good right now. Second guess was Oten.
Oten, Oaten.
Yeah, yeah, I looked it up. I just went ahead and did it. It is archaic. So, as many of my words are.
Made from oats, I would assume.
It means made with or containing oats.
Yep. Oh yes, we're gonna have some of those Oten cookies.
These cookies are quite oaten, don't you think?
Mm. Oh, tell me, darling, are these cookies Oten?
Yeah, I love that word.
Father, I made you some Oten cakes for your journey.
Oh, good. Um, and then I got often, obviously, because the only thing was the
Yeah, I
A.
would think so. How did you get to Oten before often?
Yeah, I must have been hungry.
Oh my gosh. All right, and
Like,
lastly, let's see. We didn't skip Tuesday, did we? That was Tuesdays, wasn't it?
that was Mondays.
Did I forget Tuesday?
Oh my gosh, I might have forgot Tuesday as well.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
We both forgot
We
Tuesday, it
both
looks
forgot
like.
Tuesdays. So, let me time travel real quick. I'm gonna do
Oof.
some time traveling. We can't both forget this. Like
Yeah.
that's insane. That's amateur
That's
hour.
really bad, actually. Yeah, because I have yesterday's screenshot.
Yeah, I have yesterday's too.
Yeah.
However, we kind of
Are we
bungled
gonna?
it. Let's see. I lost you, Will. Did you say something? Oh, I know what happened. He was using his mobile hotspot on his computer because his internet is unreliable. And when you time travel, oftentimes your phone will disconnect from cell towers. So I think he actually disconnected from the call. So that's pretty fun. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this open while he figures out what just went wrong.
Okay.
Are you back?
Um, I'm back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I messed up.
Yeah, you can't time travel because your phone disconnects from the tower.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're running off a hotspot,
Yep.
so
I actually called that. So while you were gone, I explained that to everybody.
okay, thanks. I was like, oh, yeah,
Okay,
okay.
Tuesday, February 27th. Let's see if it'll let me actually do this now.
So yeah, I
Oh,
can't
actually, yeah,
really
it
time
straight up
travel.
won't let me go back and look at it.
No, it like makes you do it again.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
change of plans. We're gonna go and look at our. Oh, hold on. Let me set my date back. Will, you can look at the text message.
I can look up the answer.
Oh yeah,
Should
feel
I just
free.
do that? That was for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer was sense.
Spell that.
Sense.
Oh, sense. That's right. That one got.
Yeah.
I got it in 4.
Do you happen to see what I got it in?
I am looking.
I think that one I had to time travel.
Yeah, you did
Oh, I
have some
see
time
it.
travel.
5.
Okay, you got it in 5. So hold on, I have to add something because we computed our averages beforehand, but we
Yeah.
both forgot it.
Wait, yeah. How come? Hmm. Because I have 5 numbers that I added together, 6 numbers that I added together.
You want 7 numbers.
I want 7.
So
Okay,
that's
we're good.
amateur hour. We did not. How did we both forget the same day?
That's rough, coach. I'm so sorry, people.
Oh well. So
Yeah.
this was. Let me see here. Wednesday, yesterday, the 28th. This one was devil.
Yep, I got that answer too.
I got it in 4.
4.
Okay, raise, bitey, bitey, then denim and devil.
Bitey.
Yeah, as in having a propensity to bite.
Nice. Okay. I did notch, gravel. Wait, no, grail.
Grail. Okay. How'd you get
And,
gravel from that?
huh?
Never mind.
Grail? And then spiel.
Spell that for me.
Speil.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. Ba bum bum ba. So it's a misspelling of the actual word spiel, which is generally like a long speech. So I don't know
Hmm.
how that passed, but
Yeah, E before I, right?
yeah, that's what they tell me.
E before I, except in spiel.
Yeah. And when sounding like A is a neighbor in way. And on weekends and holidays and all throughout May, and you'll always be wrong no matter what you say. That's a Brian Regan
Yeah,
quote.
I remember. Dude, yeah, I caught that. It's a
Nice.
good one.
So,
Um,
that's all of them.
hmm. I'm looking at the article about Spiel.
Mm-hmm.
This one was actually posted pretty recent, August of 2023.
Yeah.
They do say it's a misspelling of Spiel, which is an informal word that means a speech that is typically long and spoken quickly,
Yeah.
usually with the intent to persuade someone. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
and most of the time when I hear it, I generally hear people say spiel. So it might be
Oh,
like
yeah.
German or something. I'm not very familiar with the term, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
Hmm.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
fun thing. So what were your total
Cool.
guesses for the week?
Oh, let's go. Okay. So my total, I'm sure the scores are pretty close. 31.
28, which
Ooh,
means
okay.
it was a little high because I had a perfect score.
Yeah,
So that means my average was 4.
exactly.
Yeah, 4 exactly.
Wasn't your average 3 exactly last week?
You know what? I think it might have been. We'd have to go back and listen.
Yeah, I think it was another exact.
That's interesting.
Um, Mine was 4.4.
Okay. Okay.
So little on the high side, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the
that's
perfect score
okay.
this week really messed me up. Piper, it's a killer.
Yeah.
Can you believe it, Will, that we are already at 54 and a half minutes?
Oh, wow.
We took a tangent during the wine section
Yeah.
and the corrections, so we had a little bit of whatever sprinkled out through the first part.
Yeah. We're giving the people bang for their buck.
Yeah, we're giving the people what they want, more of us.
You know, they don't just pay for a Spotify subscription or pay for internet so they can watch YouTube.
Yeah, they don't.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
we
we
give
got to
them
make it worth their
quality.
while.
Exactly. Because
This
I'm sure there's
rest,
people out there that bought an internet subscription just to listen to us.
yeah, absolutely. And, the responsibility of making their purchase worthwhile rests solely upon our shoulders. And it's a weighty
Yep.
responsibility, but I think we're up to the challenge.
Yep. I'm pretty tired. Okay. So,
Will, it's 7:30.
yeah, I'm old. Okay.
So
All right.
I think
Yeah, go ahead.
we can probably do just our first two topics, or maybe three if we kind of breeze through them. But our first
Okay.
topic is listening homework from last week that I
Oh,
gave the
yeah.
listeners. Parked by the Lake by Dean Summerwind. If you didn't listen to it between this episode and the last, pause the episode, go listen to it, and come back. Otherwise, our analysis is not going to make any sense.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I'm done waiting.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay, so
because
now that everybody's back, what do you think about the song, Will?
I loved it.
Yeah, we
Like,
we first discovered this when we went to Arizona, about a
hmm
little over a month ago, and it quickly became the theme song of our entire trip. We must have listened to it probably 20 something times at least on that trip.
Yep. Easy.
And I think part of the reason why we enjoyed it so much and why it was so profound to us is just because of the masterful lyric writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from the very first statement, I'm parked out by the lake, 80 miles from Santa Fe. You know exactly where he's going, but you're not prepared for the journey he takes you on to get there.
I do appreciate how he set it up with the first line
Mm-hmm.
and then he kind of expanded on that as the song went on.
Yeah, so many more layers to
It-
it.
but like he didn't go way out. Like he stayed pretty close to the main thesis.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there was tiny variations here and there, like the message was very clear.
Yeah, and I think this is a song that, like, whether you're a country fan or not, I think it's one that everybody can really relate to, because in the end, aren't we all parked by the lake 80 miles from Santa Fe? I mean, really, when you get right down to it, when you really look outside and just think about it, I think that's the true power that song holds, and that's why it's so powerful.
I know I've parked by a lake.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've been probably 80 miles from Santa Fe before. But what really struck me was just this idea that I could do both at the same time.
Yeah, it's
I I didn't think of that before.
yeah, it's pretty crazy being parked by a lake and 80 miles from Santa Fe. You get really get an idea of where he's at with this.
Yeah, and he used freedom units, which is something that's easily understood by anyone inside the United States.
Yeah, and for people outside, it's a skill issue, that they don't
Yeah,
understand.
it's an easy conversion though.
Yeah, for the most part. And if I'm being honest, it that song really relates to the American identity more so than the European one.
You
Because
think so?
yeah, because the only lakes that are 80 miles from Santa Fe are in the United States. And it's something that I think the European listeners probably wouldn't understand quite so well.
You know what? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we have Santa Fe.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we don't think about like how we could just go and park next to a lake at any time, 80 miles from Santa Fe. Like that is a freedom that we have. and sometimes we just take it for granted.
Yeah. And I mean, I think whether it's 80 miles from Santa Fe or 80 miles from somewhere else, I think one of life's simple joys is being parked by a lake, 80 miles from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I really like Santa Fe.
I've
Well,
never been.
especially like that 80-mile radius.
Oh, yeah. That 80
Pretty
miles
solid.
encompassing and outside of Santa Fe. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of lends itself to be parking by a lake. Like
Yeah.
I think what got me just like really thinking was how committed he was to being parked there.
Yeah. I mean, he's
80
gonna stay
miles.
there,
Yeah.
and he's waiting for
Yeah, and then
somebody.
I mean someday he'll probably move,
But for now,
but
he's gonna stay there.
yeah, that was where it really hit me. I was like, wow, like he could move, but he's staying.
Yeah. He's committed. He's patient.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that song, man.
Yeah. I mean, it only got better the more we listened to it. I also recommend listening to the sad version.
Oh, but make sure you have tissues.
Yeah. I mean, extra tissues.
He kind of loses it towards the end, but it's understandable
Yeah. There's
because of
so
the
much.
message.
There is so much emotion in that song,
Mhm.
and all of it's 80 miles from Santa Fe by the lake.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the album art. Just a quick shout out, like
Good
it
album art.
clearly shows kind of what he's going for.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So speaking of music, I think we can move on to our other topic.
Oh, that was a good segue.
It was an excellent segue. If I do one thing well, it's segueing.
Yeah. Okay, go
So
ahead.
Sunday night, we went and saw Jurassic Park with a live orchestra. So what did you think about that?
It was cool. That was my first time doing like something like that.
Mm-hmm. Although you did go to the
Um,
symphony with us, didn't you?
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
were you there for that? Yeah, you were.
Yes, yeah, yeah. That was a great time too.
Mm,
I think the big difference was just like how grand this was.
yeah,
Because we went to the first symphony, it was like in a high school, wasn't it?
yeah. The high school had like an orchestra hall there.
Yeah, and so that was cool. But this one was like at where was it? Where was it?
Oh, do you want the name of the venue?
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall in Portland.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, and it was pretty nice. Nice venue.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty sweet place. I think Jurassic Park is, well, really any John Williams scored movie is just so conducive to having a live orchestra because it's the music that he writes is just so, it's powerful. You can feel how epic it is when you're there, and being in the room with the music, watching Jurassic Park is fantastic, and you feel the music, especially at the Welcome to Jurassic Park scene. But
Hmm.
being in the room with the music is a different experience.
We had such a great crowd too.
We did. The crowd was totally in it. So actually, you know what? Will you explain? I've been talking a lot.
I mean, I was fine. I was like starting to lean back in my chair and be like, okay.
I mean, I can if you
I
want,
got
but
my
either way
wine.
works.
No, no, I'll explain it. Yeah. So what we mean is like the crowd was really good at like the iconic moments that were in the movie. Like after the opening scene, those in the audience were like clapping because they nailed it. And then there was like memeable moments during the movie, like the moment where he says "Life finds a way," and
Life
people just were like,
finds a way.
"Yeah, it was just so good," and the audience was fully on board, especially like one half of the auditorium. That was a good
Yeah,
crowd
that
over
right
there.
side was pretty lively,
Yeah, yeah, they were kind of what was driving a lot of the good parts,
and
and
there was
then
a massive round of applause after the Welcome to Jurassic Park scene.
Yeah. Yep. It was, and they nailed it, man. Because like, I think everyone's kind of in the same boat. Because I talked to a couple others that went, and it was like you kind of forgot there was a live orchestra there.
Mm-hmm. It was so yeah, they played it really really well.
Yeah, and then but I enjoyed like when it was like, man, they're like nailing it. Like every once in a while, just like focusing on the orchestra and like watching them just
Mm-hmm.
really do an amazing job.
And I was doing a lot of that throughout the show. Is I was consciously trying to focus on the orchestra and just
Hmm.
really pay attention to the score in a way that I maybe won't do so much in like a home viewing.
Yeah.
And what that kind of actually showed me was how much of that movie doesn't actually have a score. So like the entire
Mm.
either the entire scene or almost the entire scene with the T-Rex in the rainstorm, none of that has music for the entire scene. And it's just it kind of just goes to speaks to how well made the film is, where it's like you don't need music in that part, and it makes it even scarier because music is kind of what you expect in an intense moment, especially compared to something like Star Wars. Star Wars has music playing almost all the time, but
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, that moment feels so much more intense and so much more like personal because there's no music, there's no background to it.
That's true. What did you kind of feel the same way about Quiet Place?
Oh, I didn't even really think about that a whole lot in The Quiet Place, but now that you mention it, yeah, it feels there's a, for lack of a better word, an intimacy that comes from a lack of score. That is just
Hmm.
like, it's just you and the actors there.
Yeah, I remember that was a big thing when Interstellar came out because there are space scenes where there's no sound
Mm,
when they're in space, and people were like praising it. Like, yes, that's if you were in space, sound wouldn't carry. Like that is what it would look like.
yeah,
So yeah, there's something to be said there.
yeah. I mean, Jurassic Park is a great movie for that, just because of how epic the music is. Uh, I think I really want to find. I really want Star Wars. I want to go see Star Wars with a live
Yeah, that
orchestra.
would be so good. I also really liked the inflatable T-Rex, man.
Oh yes, yeah. I was just about to actually shout out that one bassist in the orchestra who was wearing one of the inflatable T Rex costumes. He stole the show. He was my favorite dinosaur.
I wonder if there's a way to crop them. We could make them the album art for this episode.
I can do that. I have a picture.
I have a picture too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So he's our gonna be our album art for this episode.
He was in costume the whole
The whole
time.
time, and he was playing his bass, and yeah. And apparently he dresses up for every movie they do in the
Oh,
appropriate
really?
costume. In the appropriate costume, yeah. So
That's
like I
so
think
cool.
I think for Harry Potter, I think he was Dumbledore. They're doing
That's
they're doing
great.
The Godfather soon. I don't know how he's gonna pull that off. Yeah,
I don't know, never seen it,
yeah.
so
Well, it's R-rated. I've never seen it either,
yeah, yeah.
so that will remain a mystery.
I was trying to remember what that actor's name was. That scene where he's chilling.
Ah, Jeff Goldblum.
That's who it was.
Yeah, that where Jeff Goldblum is chilling shirtless in the control room. That got the crowd going wild.
Oh, why the crowd loved
The crowd
that.
loved that moment. Rightly so, frankly.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That might have been actually like I loved the music and I loved the orchestra, but that might be one of my favorite moments from the from the whole experience was the entire crowd cheering at shirtless Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, right. It was like towards the end too, we're like, okay, yeah, the movie's wrapping up. Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly. I just don't understand why he's chilling in that way in such a dire situation.
Right? It doesn't even
It's
fit the
like
scene.
Laura Dern is about to be eaten by a dinosaur, and they're desperately guiding her through the power plant, and he's just chilling there shirtless. Not to mention the fact that he had to put a tourniquet on his leg earlier from an injury.
It's great,
It's
man.
great.
Yeah, I think that was my like second time seeing that movie. I hadn't really
Really?
seen it a bunch, but like so I remembered bits of it, but it was cool to like watch it again and like be able to be like, "Oh, okay, that's what it was."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, anyways,
I've seen it probably 4 or 5 times. I
mhm,
watched it again not terribly long ago, probably a year or two ago. Uh, yeah, it's a good movie.
yeah. I would
It's a classic
recommend
for a
going
reason.
if you can. Like it was expensive though.
Well,
Bit
we also were
pricey.
in pretty pricey seats. So,
Yeah, but they get pricier.
oh yeah, they get way worse than that.
Yeah.
But
But
there's
it's
some that were a little bit cheaper.
if you were to buy the tickets, I would ask ahead of time, is there going to be inflatable T-Rex?
Yeah, it's not worth going if there isn't.
Yep. Hot take. Or maybe that's what everyone agrees with.
I think if we were to take a poll, it would be worth it. I mean, like
Yep.
we would probably be on the right side of history with that.
Cool.
So let's see, we're at the 1 hour 11 minute mark. I think we can briefly cover the next topic,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's fine with me.
yeah, and then we'll probably wrap it up. So you have a little bit of a Fabletics update, I understand.
Yeah, boy.
All right, why don't you just briefly cover what the whole Fabletics situation was, and then we'll
Mhm.
then explain.
Okay. So yeah, I mentioned last week, Fabletics sends these deals, and as long as you sign up and you place your order, once it ships, you can cancel your VIP membership because it is $60 a month. I think on the 5th of every month they charge you, which is a bit outrageous. Some clarification is, yeah, you do get an outfit or you get $100 credit to the store. An outfit being a shirt and shorts. So they emailed me because I did this deal with a just as good a deal. Like, hey, here's a huge discount on our clothes if you sign up for our VIP membership again. And I gamed the system last time because I canceled before the 5th. So I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's go again, see what happens. Signed up, bought a fair amount of clothes. Um, Waited a couple days for it to ship once it was in the mail and on its transit. Canceled the membership, and I have not been charged again.
Nice. So
So
let me think. Did you remind me? Did you actually like start that whole process? So you started that process within this billing cycle. So that means March 5th will be determined whether you really get charged or not, right?
I guess so. But like if you look at my account, it says I'm not a VIP member.
Okay. So it may
So
work
like
twice if they try and
yeah.
entice you to come back.
So what I'm learning here is you just keep doing that. Like and again, like we kind of touched on it last episode. Once you have, a couple sets of sports clothes, you're probably fine.
Yeah, you probably don't
Like
need $100 worth of like, you know, leisure sporting sportwear every month.
every month. Yeah.
That's a little outrageous.
So anyway, so it's kind of cool to know that I have that up my sleeve.
That is interesting to know.
So that's the update. Again,
We here at Wine
we
Wordle
got
and
it.
whatever do not endorse illegal activity and do not endorse gaming the system. Your mileage may vary. We are just telling you our experience.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
We gotta have a disclaimer.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone writing in saying, "Hey, I got
Yeah,
charged
yeah.
$60."
It's not illegal to do that, but nice to cover our bases.
Yep.
So I think that is episode 3 in the books? What do you think?
Mm,
If you like, we can
I would
cover
say
another
so.
topic, or it's up to you.
Um, what time? How far are we into this episode?
Minute 15. Hour 15, I'm sorry.
Okay, I could talk about another little deal I got.
Sure.
The how do you say that language learning app?
Babel.
Babel.
Um,
So
well,
there was the
well, let me think.
yeah.
It's spelled like Babel with the L and the E reversed. However, I think it's an
Mhm.
allusion to the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, that's how I
So
took it.
I would say Babel because
Okay.
the Tower of Babel I think is only spelled with one B.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So there's a language learning app called Babbel,
Mm-hmm.
Babbel, and I follow a YouTuber that was doing a partnership sponsored with them. If you used his promo code, you get 30% off. This is another deal for any of you listeners. Um, Signed up, made an account with them, but didn't purchase a subscription. Just viewed their plans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, 30% off's okay. And then like the next day or two, even like they offered me half off
Oh,
any of their plans.
oh my gosh.
So I'm like,
So you like go in there with the
that's
promo code and start looking, and
yeah,
then you back out.
or either you just sign up. I'm not entirely sure. Like, anyways, once you get on their mailing list, they mail you quite a bit with
Mm-hmm.
these deals. It was like, hey, if you sign up, so they have the month deal, the 6 month, the year, or a lifetime.
How much is the lifetime?
Like normally 600,
Okay.
but it gets you access to all the languages.
All the languages forever.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of see where they're coming in at. Like if you want to do the one time buy,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's gonna cost. So yeah, they kept emailing like, hey, yeah, but like if you buy 12 months, we'll give you 12 months free, which is basically half off.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyways, this happened for about a month straight. They kept emailing me deals.
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday. Oh no, Tuesday. So 2 days ago. They email, hey, so you're still considering it. We have a leap day deal
Oh.
where you get 400 off a lifetime subscription.
Mm-hmm. $400 off?
Yeah.
Holy crap. That brings it down to $200?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So even though I use Duolingo and I did pay for a year of Duolingo, I got that one on sale too. Every New Year they do a New Year's Day sale.
Mm-hmm.
Pro tip. I did pay a year and
$400 off.
so I'm like, man. And the cool thing is like Babbel, um, they are known for being like if you're gonna learn a language, they're a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like they have native speakers, they have you do conversations with the thing.
Okay. And Duolingo is a
Dual
little more like foundational, basic stuff.
well, they kind of teach the same stuff, but Duolingo's more gamey. Like you
Okay.
have quests, you have friends. It's not as focused on accuracy. Um, it's still fine, but Babel is a little more drier, but it is better.
Okay.
Um, Objectively by like teachers that used both. They're like, yeah, Babel's if you were to pick one, that's better.
Okay. Interesting.
So, anyways,
So
so
that's good to
yeah,
know about that.
I got a lifetime subscription for 200
Oh
bucks.
my gosh. It again tells you what their margins are on these kind of things.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, I hate spending that much, but it's such a good deal.
Yeah. It is that is a certain business model. Prices that are sky high but say on sale all the time. There's a
Yep.
certain psychological element to offering sales all the time.
Yeah, which I'm like so glad I didn't buy. The original original was like 30% off. Like,
Yeah. But then, in this case, you got 66% off.
get wrecked.
Yeah. Gaming the system.
Um, yeah, it's kind of funny though the way they bill it because it's lifetime.
Yeah.
I got the email. It's like your subscription's valid from 2024 to 2124.
It's valid for a century. Yeah.
It's valid for 100 years. And then fine print says on February whatever of 2124, you'll be charged 1 cent reoccurring for every 100 years.
That's great. That's good.
There's probably a reason to it, but like it's hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Assuming the company will still be around in 100 years.
Yeah. Which they probably won't, but like it's good stuff.
Well, we'll update the listeners in 100 years.
Yeah. Stay
We'll be
tuned.
back. We'll be back with the update on the Babel subscription.
No, it will be hola.
Yeah, exactly. Subscription de
Bonjour.
Babel.
Yeah. That's great. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there as like if you're considering a language learning app, maybe sign up and just see what offers they give you.
Once again, Wine, Wordle, and whatever does not condone illegal activity and does not condone gaming the system. Your mileage may vary, and we're not responsible for any less than ideal results.
This is not gaming though, like the other one.
It's
This
a little
is
bit gaming, but
they give you an offer.
that's true.
It's
You're
like
just
deal or no
manipulating them
deal.
into giving them an offer. You're giving them the silence treatment until they say, "Okay, here's 66% off our lifetime membership."
Yeah. Oh, well, don't mind if I
Well,
do.
don't mind if I do.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to
That was,
sign us
that was,
off, Will? I think that's a good place to end it.
I think so too, man. Thank you all for listening to episode 3 of Wine, Wordle, and whatever. We'll see what next week brings. This episode, we gave a shout out to Conundrum Wine, specifically the red blend from 2021. Nice little winery in California. I see a huge spider on my wall.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So, and then we also covered corrections and clarifications, and then we covered this week's Wordles, and then we talked about Park by the Lake, a beautiful song. Make sure you listen. And then Jurassic Park, who was just a phenomenal performance, and feel free to try Fabletics, but we do not endorse that. And then Babel, feel free to jump on their emailing list and see what happens. Thank you all for coming and listening. You are what keeps this show going. That Patreon may never happen. Spoiler alert, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, you know what?
Who
We can keep
knows?
alluding to it so that if it ever does happen, people will
He's
know.
moving.
Okay, Will's got a spider to take care of. Thank you all very much. We'll see you later.
Bye.